Well, hello everybody and welcome one more time to this space dedicated to personal growth as well as beautiful places from all over the world. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of saying no, and also we'll be visiting the beautiful town of Valle de Bravo. I'm Nadia Flores, this is Grow and Travel. Stay with us, it's going to be amazing. And we are now in Valle de Bravo, this beautiful town located about an hour and 35 minutes west of Mexico City. It's a beautiful place. It is surrounded by mountains, but there's also natural beauty like this amazing waterfall that we're seeing behind me. There's many activities for everyone, and we're gonna show you every single one of them. But before that, let's go to a coaching message. How many times have you said yes when you mean no and said no when you mean yes? Well, this is very common in our society because when we are little, when we're children, our parents, our society, even our religion may tell us that we need to be agreeable, that we need to be kind, that we need to be more polite and educated and whatnot. So what happens? That's the beginning of the end, because then we stop forgetting about who we are. We stop forgetting what we want, what we like, what we don't like, even though it's information that we already have in our DNA. We forget all about it because we want to be agreeable. We want other people to like us. And this is innate for the human being. We want to feel like we belong and we want to feel accepted. But in that feeling of trying to be accepted by others in our society, then we forget about ourselves. We start saying yes when we mean to say no, and we start saying no when we mean to say yes. And then this creates resentment within us. When we create resentment because we're not being congruent with who we are, then this resentment causes in us becoming the worst version of ourselves to ourselves and others. On the other hand, when we are selfish, even though that is frowned upon in our society, and we choose from that selfishness out of what feels good to us on the first place, and I'm not talking about taking advantage of other people, I'm simply talking about connecting with yourself and understanding what you truly want, what you truly don't want. Once you remember that, then you have this confidence of choosing for yourself and saying yes when you mean yes and saying no when you mean no. And this brings about the best version of ourselves because then there is no resentment. Then you're happy, then you're fulfilled, then you're free. Your self-esteem goes up, your self-confidence goes up, and of course this is an act of self-love. So that is why it's so important to really get to know yourself and say no whenever you mean to say no. Remember that your barriers are one of the things that are the most important for your self-esteem and for you to live a happy, fulfilling, and free life. In the next segment, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to say no without feeling resentment or feeling bad about it. Because let's remember that the most important person in your life, it's you. And we are now in this beautiful place, Valle de Bravo. As you can see, the beautiful landscapes that surround me. Valle de Bravo is a place for everyone. It really has it all. Whether you are into water activities such as taking a boat tour or maybe doing water skiing or even sailing, that is possible. Also, if you're into aerial adventures, there is delta wing and paragliding. And if you're more into terrestrial kind of activities like having a coffee at a nice coffee shop or maybe visiting a restaurant, you can do that as well because Valle de Bravo really does have it all, and we're gonna show you every single one of those activities. So come join me and let's get to it. If it is your first time in Valle de Bravo, you will surely want to start by exploring the center of the town, especially if you're one of the travelers who love colonial architecture and the streets full of bars, restaurants, and handicraft shops to walk them at any time you want. Therefore, we recommend that you look for accommodation in this area. Ignore the rumor that all hotels in Valle de Bravo are expensive. For example, there are beds that do not exceed 600 Mexican pesos per night, which is about $30 US. There are 4 attractions that you cannot miss when exploring downtown: the Chapel of Santa Maria and its miraculous Black Christ, the Archaeological Museum, which preserves 300 pieces from the 3,000 archaeological sites in the state of Mexico, the extensive handicraft market to carry a souvenir of wood, clay, blown glass, wrought iron, or some garment woven by the hands of the Mexican ethnic group of the Mazahuas, and of course the marina at the lake. The huge turquoise crescent-shaped body of water is actually the Miguel Alemán Dam, and not navigating it during your trip would be almost a sin. You can do it by kayak, water skis, or on a donut pulled by a speedboat, on a sailboat, and even on a catamaran with music and drinks included. Watching the sunset from this point is quite a spectacle. Paragliding over Valle de Bravo cannot be missed. The tranquility of its winds have earned worldwide recognition for the practice of this activity. The vast majority of these experiences include a 20-minute flight over the dam and the forest, as well as a snack on the beach of the artificial lake after landing. You can also get to know this destination for its 4 wooded areas, Monte Alto, El Fresno, and Acatitlan, a few kilometers from downtown, so just a few miles. You will notice that they are characterized by the rental of cabins and their wide offer in adventure activities. To be able to get around this area, you will need a car or rent an ATV. As you can see, this place has a lot to explore and to have a good time, yes, without forgetting to say no to what we don't want to do. And to do this, we are going to our next personal development block, where I will give you 3 tips to be able to say no and not die trying. And here we are at our second block of personal growth this afternoon. So I have 3 tips for you to say no without feeling guilty or resentful. Here we go. Tip number 1, consciousness and self-awareness. When you are aware of your emotions and it feels good to you, then say yes. If it doesn't feel good, then please say no unapologetically and just go all in for your decision, because your body will tell you. You just have to pay attention to what you're feeling. Tip number 2, congruence. This goes hand in hand with tip number 1, because once you feel the emotion and you're noticing what it feels like in your body to say yes or to say no, then you get to stay true to that answer. Because sometimes your body is telling you, no, please don't do it, but still, you go ahead and say yes. Why? Don't do that. Stay congruent to yourself. And this takes me to tip number 3. Do not allow anyone to treat you like their mat. By that, I mean, please don't allow anyone to walk all over you, because there's going to be people all the time asking you to do things that you don't want to do, people telling you how to live your life and whatnot. If you want to listen, go ahead and listen, but remember to stay true to yourself, be congruent, and make your decisions for yourself. You know the answers. Everything is already inside of you. Just feel. Feel it with your body, feel it with your heart, and you'll know the best decision for you. And well, those are the 3 tips that I have for you this afternoon, the ones that have helped me and my clients live a happier, more fulfilling and free life. And I would like to invite you to adopt them. Then again, if this doesn't resonate with you, please let us know. I would love to hear from you in the comments. And also, if it does resonate with you, I would love to hear from you as well. Whatever it is, I would love to hear from you, because we love to hear the people that are watching us. We love to know your opinion and what you have to say. We'll gladly respond to your comments. And we have come to the end of the show. We want to thank you so much for watching us. We'd like to invite you to subscribe if you haven't done so. Every Wednesday we have a new video, so make sure you activate that notification button right below this. And also remember to keep watching us on Grow and Travel. I'm Nadia Flores. We'll see you on the next one. And remember, if you or anybody that you know is looking to get out of those limiting beliefs and start living a more free, fulfilling, and plentiful life, I'd like to invite you to contact me either via email at nfloresh@gmail.com or via the social media of the channel. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.